right, spring. It's just the third time in 25 years that the Avalanche have scored 5 goals in the opening period of a hockey game. The last time they did it was March 31st of 2021 en route to a 9-3 victory against the Arizona Coyotes. Your goal scorers in that one: Jonas Donskoy had 3 points. Gabriel Landeskog had 3 points, as did Mikko Rantanen. Tonight, well, it's a different cast of characters. However, Gabe Landeskog does get on the score sheet tonight. A big night from Cale Makar, and we will get into Cale has an upper body injury, and who knows what's going to happen. It feels as though it's not a really big deal, and they're being just a little bit cautious on that. But we'll get into that a little bit later. 5 goals in the first period, 9 goals overall. They dismantle a team that is actively trying to lose in Calgary, and the lead is back up to 8 in the Central.
Yeah, I mean, you say we'll get into it a little later, but I mean, is that not the story? And it might not be anything. That's the only thing of note, because this is just simply stay healthy and somehow don't lose this game. And now that it's all said and done, I don't know what it would have taken for them to lose this game. 9-2 is, man, it doesn't get much better than 9-2. I don't know. It's Calgary. They're one of the worst teams in the league. So you just hope Cale is okay. And outside of that, what did I say, Raj? This is a stat padding game. I mean, 9 goals, all the points that were accumulated from various players. Parker Kelly, a goal and a 3-point night, continuing his career high. Nas gets a couple against his former team. It's a perfect night for a Jack Drury to get a goal and 2 assists. Sam Malinsky, goal and an assist. That just pad your stats. That's all that tonight was. And that, quite honestly, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Those two teams are miles apart.
Yeah, without a doubt. And they're two teams that actively know who they are and who they need to be, right? Calgary makes all the trades at the deadline. They move on from Kadri, and he's obviously a main reason why the Avs got out to an early lead with those 2 power play goals in the 5-on-3. The power play goes 3 of 5. Spring, by my count, since they came back from the Olympics, they are now 16 of 58, which is a 28% power play clip. That'll work when it goes into the postseason. That'll do. Kadri he's everything on that power play unit, man. And they have committed to putting Necas on his one-timer side, and it makes Nathan MacKinnon get lost. And I think as a result, we have to look at this. The Avs scored 5 goals in the first period. 2 of them came on a power play, one of which was a 5-on-3. And Nathan MacKinnon didn't have a point. And I think the way that we have to look at the power play now is because they have a threat on the opposite side, because they have Necas on his one-timer and he's comfortable now, MacKinnon can just float kind of wherever he wants to go. And kills are starting to get a little bit confused. They're starting to go, where is Nathan MacKinnon? And then they forget about everybody else on the ice. And now they're clipping at 28%.
Yeah. Kadri's ability to play the right wing better than anything they had prior to his re-arrival this season, post Mikko Rantanen. That is one of the 2 biggest factors. And then it's just trusting Marty Necas more on the left side. But hey, you saw on Nathan MacKinnon's power play goal where MacKinnon, floated up to the point, and then he goes over to the left wing. Necas is back down low left where he was for the first majority of this season. But, now there's comfortability. Now that, they've proven that they can have success with Necas up high and MacKinnon down low. Now they feel so much more confident in their original positions when they are moving, when MacKinnon's going to the point, and now MacKinnon's going to his old left wing, and Necas is down low left here. And the left side is clicking right now. Kadri solidifies the right side. It was Calgary tonight, but and I saw, it's funny. Saw Adrian Dater put a little column out, and it got some attention.
I didn't see this. Let me know what it was.
For Nazem Kadri, where does he fit? What's Nazem Kadri's fit on this team? Power play 1, right wing, desperately needed. And okay, if he's is it weird that Nas is gonna get 3rd line minutes the way he's playing? Keep in mind he's playing on power play 1, so he's gonna get a lot of time there. You're going for a cup, baby. You're all in. You're telling me you want to stack up 3C to the level of a Nazem Kadri? You're all in. So it fits in every way. Load up. Get Sidney Crosby on your fourth line for all I give a damn. You load up.
Yeah, they are completely in. And it wasn't like Kadri was going to play second line minutes, right? They wanted to get deeper down the middle, and Kadri is a middle of the ice player. Is he going to have some minutes where he plays on the wing in the top six, where you and I have talked about this, where they go black line, where they're like, oh, we need offense. We need players who can score. We need to change up something. Yeah, Kadri is going to get some minutes as a winger, but he's going to be a third line center. He's not taking over Brock Nelson's spot. And still, I think that's well worth a first round pick plus. And right now, because of the changes on the power play, it looks like it's already been a home run of a trade. Now, the final grade, the final test of this trade is, can they get it done? And it really is pass fail, right? There is no A, B, C, D, or F when it comes to the Avalanche and the Nazem Kadri acquisition or their trade deadline as a whole. It is simply pass fail. And the pass is, in early June, do you have a cup over your head, or are you going home early at some point? That's the pass fail. As of right now, in the pre-test evaluations, like if this is the PSAT, you're passing with flying colors. Like you're going to Harvard. Now, you got to sit down and take the real test.
Yeah, it is pass fail. I often hesitate to say championship or bust because leagues are tough. It's more parity than ever. And really the only thing that could stop this team is something unforeseen. And so one thing I was thinking in the third period today is they're winning this game. They won 9-2. Again, 9-2. And I'm just thinking, like, they've been the best team all year. Hall of Fame guys. We hope Kale is okay. We really don't know what's going on. He played most of this game. He played north of 17 minutes. But you know what I was thinking in the third period was the NHL the rest of the league got so lucky. They got so lucky in recent years, dude. For number one, Gabe Landeskog being out. I mean, how lucky is that?
Yep.
That is so lucky for the rest of the
freak
league.
accident.
Dude, the Avs were absolutely primed to be one of those teams, the Chiefs of the NHL.
Dude, like, you know who doesn't have the excuse? Like, Dallas just lost. Right? Like, they've just lost 3 straight years. And they've been relatively healthy. Now, I know they beat Colorado without Jason Robertson and with a hobbled at best Miro Heiskanen for the last couple of games of the series, if memory serves, right? Spring.
Yeah.
Like, Dallas just lost. And we haven't even mentioned the Nichushkin of it all over those 2 seasons.
And that was going to be point number 2. That's so lucky. That's so lucky that, because that's out of everybody's control. Like, if you're the rest of the NHL, you're just like, this team should have 2 by now. And it's stuff
it should have 2 by now.
Out of their control.
Yep.
It really has been out of, the vast majority of people in that organization who show up to do their job every day. It is largely, if not entirely, been out of their control. Look at Landeskog's first games back were the playoffs. That was just loaded. Like, that was finally, for the first time since they won a cup, that was finally them at what you would call a true cup contender. And it was the first, you're going to play the Dallas Stars right off the bat in that situation. Landeskog didn't even play the first 2 games of that series. So this is what it is. This is what it was supposed to be. Feels good to be back. 9-2 again, just 9. And I know it's Calgary, but that's not nothing. 9-2 is not nothing.
Let's hear a little bit from some Avs players in the locker room. This is Nazem Kadri.
How big is that for this group?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we've been rolling on the PP, so that's certainly we feel like we can go out there on any given power play and score a big goal. So that's when you have that swagger and that confidence, I think it starts to grow.
Can that literally be the difference in your power play clicking and not just confidence?
I think so. Yeah. When you see a few hit the back of the net, obviously you feel like you can snap it around a little more. Seams look a little bit bigger. The net looks a little bit bigger. So I think we've worked at it. We've put in a lot of hard work, communicated a lot, and got our power play to where we want it to be.
A confident Avalanche power play, something that we haven't had largely the entire season spring. And it's because, well, that guy is in the lineup.
Yeah, and again, I know it's the Calgary Flames, but man, sometimes a little BP feels good. Sometimes just seeing the puck go where it's supposed to go. And, yeah, the team in front of you is a quad A team, a borderline triple A, big league team. But it's just good to get that rhythm and that feel good, and get your timing down against the minor league opponents. It really is. So what do you think the aggregate is going to be between tonight and Wednesday night? What do you think the final overall score is going to be? If it was 9-2 against the Flames, what's it going to be against the worst team in the league, the Canucks?
I mean, Vancouver, on a day in which they should be getting the John Tortorella coach bumped against in Vegas, Vancouver's got a 2-1 lead halfway through that game.
That's
so that
great.
makes me a little gun shy, but I also think that they might be giving Vegas their very best effort, and then it's not going to happen on Wednesday night at Ball Arena. So it's +7 right now. I say it will balloon to +10. I got 4-1.
Double digits, 10. A good 10 feels good. It wouldn't shock me because, yeah, I mean, if Vancouver's giving it their all tonight in Vegas, and then they got to come to altitude, they'll get a night off, but they don't care. They're gonna get they could get if this was 9-2, that could be 12-1. That could be. I mean, it could be. So we'll see.
I don't know if they're scoring 5 in the first again. It's so funny. It's like 5-1 and 3 is what they scored tonight in the periods. It could have been worse. They took the second period. They kind of took off. They were like,
yeah,
we already won the game, so why are we going hard anymore?
It did have that feel, and then they got that power play goal, and then getting 3 in the third. They didn't take their foot off the gas.
No, they did not. No, it felt like they were right back at it in the third period. They're like, we're not going to let this thing turn into it's like 6-3 at the end of the night, and you have this weird taste in your mouth at the end of the game. Like, you kicked the shit out of the team that you played against, but you didn't finish right, so you kind of feel like you're a little bit of a loser. Those games happen. Trust me, man. Those games happen.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm
You
really
feel the
happy that
energy
they
in
finished
games
hard.
like that. You do. If the Avs wouldn't have really built on their 5-0 lead, you would have been like, okay.
Right.
But where was that kind of keep it going? This is big boy sports. I have no sympathy for the Calgary Flames. Like, you want to develop good habits right now. I think that old way of thinking of like, oh, if it's baseball, like if it's Little League, you're just taking first base. Even if you smoke one into the gap.
Oh, no, dude,
you keep going. You have
Spring,
to
they
keep
kept
going.
putting the first power play unit out there, and they were up 7 goals.
More. Keep going. I don't care that it's Calgary.
He kept putting the first power play unit out there, and they were already dead.
Keep going.
Without a doubt, man. Here's Parker Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's another, I don't know, just great shot by Taser, and it might look like a good tip, but he puts it right where my stick is. So, I wasn't really getting boxed out and just tried to screen the goalie a bit. It goes in, and then obviously Jack and Kibby just have another great game and make me look great. So a lot of thanks to them. They're been a hell of a lot of fun to play with this year. They're great guys both on and off the ice, like I said this morning, and I can't thank all those guys for their support. And it's a fun milestone, but at the end of the day, that's nothing too special. We want to have a long run here, and that's the main focus.
Sneaky question here, Springer. That line is playing so well right now. Kiviranta, Drury, and Kelly. Is there a sneaky chance that a guy that you traded a first-round draft pick for could be a healthy scratch in the playoffs?
Kind of going back to the where does Kadri fit? I didn't think they were going to get him, so they settled for Nick Waugh. And then whoopsies, they got Kadri. And then it was like, shit, what do we do with this Nick Waugh we just got? We just bought a perfectly good Nick Waugh because we thought they were sold out of the Kadri. but then they restocked the Kadri, and I already bought the Wah, but I really wanted the Kadri. Well, you know what you do when you're a billionaire and your team is loaded and you're so deep, and Yoel Kiviranta, he's had a great year. Kiviranta's been a really good third, fourth line player for this team. That's how deep they are right now. That's your healthy scratch, you know. Look, Wah's got the size, but do you need more of? This is a speed team, and Kelly plays with speed. Drury for your center plays with speed, and Kiviranta plays with speed. Wah, I don't know, but yeah, it's you got options. Again, these are great problems to have. They can try. I would expect you to see that in the playoffs. Maybe Wah's a candidate to be a scratch. He's not going to be a scratch every night, but you're probably going to see Kiviranta play in the playoffs.
Yeah, you have to play at the top of your game. If you're in the bottom six, man, and you're not buzzing, you're not rolling, I think everybody in that bottom six, without the name of Nazem Kadri, is actually I can't say that. Like Logan O'Connor ain't getting healthy scratched, and like Parker Kelly ain't getting health bombed in the postseason. Yeah. But there's probably 3 out of the bottom 6, which would be like Kiviranta, Drury, Wah, and who am I missing? Colton.
Yeah, Colton, unfortunately, that's so weird to say, but he actually could be a healthy scratch candidate because that's how deep they are.
Right. So those players that I just mentioned, one of those guys isn't playing hockey, right? Because they're fully healthy right now. One of those players that I just mentioned is not playing hockey during a postseason game, which means if you're not playing at the top of your game, man, you're going to be health bombed in the postseason. Now, I don't really think that's going to happen. Like, I think when they're at full health, Nicholas Wah is replacing Joel Kiviranta because he doesn't play at the same amount of pace, but he just gives you that 6'4", mean, rangy, can play in front of the net, is physical, like that kind of player where the pace does slow you down. He does have a goal scoring touch.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wah I'm with you. Like we talked about, we a show or two ago, we talked about different possibilities, but then it's like, okay, but here's what it probably is going to be. You could play Wah at 4C and not play Jack Drury. But I think this team, like Drury is almost clear of like Colton and Kivy. Like Drury, I think is in. Like they like.
Okay, so Drury's part of the O'Connor.
But Drury, hey, if for whatever reason you can play Wad, like you're so versatile. You play Wad 4C, you can play Wad 3 wing, 4 wing. Everything's on the table.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a glut of riches that they have right now on this team. And obviously, I'm not saying this just because they beat the crap out of a bad Calgary team. It's just so evident that when they're fully healthy, they're the deepest team in the National Hockey League. And barring any crazy unforeseen circumstance like the ones that you talked about to begin the show tonight, Spring, they should be going all the way. Like they should get this done, and I think they can. The goaltending, Scott Wedgwood didn't have to be great tonight. He was pretty darn good. He made a couple of really good backdoor saves. Yeah, a couple of them go in. I think the sweeping poke check on the first goal was like a little risky, I guess, but you're up 5-0. Who the hell cares at that point? And he damn near makes the save as a Scorpion on the back of his left leg. I thought Wedgwood was good tonight in the moments that he needed to be in a game in which you could have fallen asleep as a netminder and still gotten away with a win.
Oh yeah, you let a bait. You could have let a bait actually tonight, and you would have come away with the win. Yeah, he made some big saves late. That one glove save in the slot was really nice. You're gonna the defense is you're gonna sleep just a tick every now and again when you're up 5-1 and then 8-1. Like you're just gonna do it. The defense, the goaltending, like it's going to happen. So learn nothing about the goaltending situation tonight. And you're probably gonna learn nothing. The only way you learn is if Vancouver comes in here on Wednesday and wins 6-3, and you're like, dude, who do you think starts? I mean, because we've seen. This could be 2 straight Wedgwood because we've seen 2 straight Blackwood recently when I didn't think he was in the 2 straight zone. But anything's on the table for Vancouver.
It could be anyone because it doesn't matter who starts on Wednesday because you've got the extra day off in between Wednesday and Saturday's big time showdown in Dallas. So it's not like rest plays into it whatsoever. You're not like worried about, oh, we're playing Wedgie just 2 days from right now. Like we've got one day off and then we have to play in Saturday or in Dallas on Saturday. You don't have to worry about that one off and one on. You've got the extra day of rest built in at home and then you fly out to Dallas. I think they go, because this is my thought of what they're doing. I think they're giving Blackwood every chance to prove he's the guy. I think Wedgwood gets the start Wednesday against Vancouver, and I think Blackie goes Saturday in Dallas.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I agree. I think I'll frame it the way you're framing it, that they're giving Blackwood every chance to win it. So you could go. You said Wedgwood Wednesday, Blackwood Saturday.
Yeah, I think that's my feel.
Okay. Could be. I think Blackwood's got to start one of the two. I mean, I'd say we know that for sure because again, he's had the bulk of the starts over the past week or two, which is surprising to me with how well Wedgwood was playing. So Blackwood's still the guy, or at least they want him to be the guy. So he's starting one of these two. It's possible he starts them both. It's possible he starts them both. It could be Blackwood, both of them. That's even more of an indication that he's the guy. But Blackwood starting one of them, I'd say they want him to start, if that's the thing that we've seen of late, and that means they want him to start game one of the playoffs, and that means they want him to start in the inevitable Star series, then you put him out there against the Stars. Like, you put Blackwood out there against the Stars. If that's what you want, if that's what you're planning for, then Blackwood should be a lock for the Stars start. Vancouver, obviously, either goaltender will win.
That's my thought process because, like, if Blackwood falls on his face against Dallas and the Avs don't play well in front of him, I think you have your answer.
Could
like if he lets in 3 early, or he lets in like 3 on 15 shots, and you're having to play from behind, or like no lead is safe, and you can feel that, and the energy that I'm talking about that comes out of American Airlines Center in Dallas. You can just feel that growing dread that's about to boil over, where Dallas is breaking out of the middle of the defensive zone. They're going to their centers, and it's like a 3-on-2 every single time through the neutral zone. You go, when are they going to score? When's it going to happen? And then you take a bad penalty because you're caught on the ice for 90 seconds, and then fucking Wyatt Johnston rips home a one-timer for the 40th time this year. You guys know that dread. Let's say that happens and Blackwood can't stand up to the moment, and like he doesn't make the big time save on the power play and a lead disappears, or a Dallas lead grows from 1-2 and you feel like the game's already lost. That's where I think he could lose it. And I think he needs to be thrown into the fire. If they're giving him every chance to win the starting job, he needs to win it, which means you don't win the starting job against the Canucks. You win the starting job against the Dallas Stars.
Okay, that's interesting. So, like, maybe then, yeah, Wedgwood is still the favorite, but they've just been giving Blackwood more starts and getting him his ramp. So there's like no excuse for the Dallas start. You give him the Dallas start and you just say, hey, we gave you 3 out of 4 on the road trip. We gave you consistent starts to get into rhythm. You've been trending in a better direction. The last time you started in Dallas, it didn't go well. But we're going to give you we're not going to ice you even every other night because Wedgwood is playing well. We're going to keep you in a rhythm. We're going to start you 3 or 4 on the road trip so that when Dallas comes, like, you're ready to go, and that's your put up or shut up game. Maybe that's what it is, and it's pass fail for Blackwood. And if he fails, then Wedgwood is the guy.
Yeah, and if he passes, like if Wedgwood throws up a 1 on 22 shots tomorrow, or rather Wednesday against Vancouver, and then Blackwood shows up well and they either like beat Dallas or they lose like a really close game in which he was excellent, then I think you're back to the square of ham and egg him during the postseason. Just figure it out because it's how they've done it.
Yeah, and this is what's so funny about this, because or they could start Wedgwood against the Stars because he was excellent in the last start against the Stars, lost in the shootout. And you could sit, but what's going on with Dallas tonight? Or they don't play tonight. They play tomorrow.
Do not play tonight. No,
they play tomorrow. What do they got? I'm going to look at it right now.
I think they have a cupcake tomorrow.
At Boston.
Oh no, never mind. Playoff team. Sorry, I thought they had a cupcake.
Okay. What if Boston wins and you feel more comfortable, like because you're going to beat Vancouver? Boston beats.
Oh, hold on. Like, are in terms of like the race for the Central?
Yeah, yes,
it's
and
over.
I know you're going to say it's over.
it's fucking guys. It's over.
It is. But my point is, like, what if your idea was, look, it's still one that we quote unquote gotta have, so therefore let's go Wedgwood. So again, like there really is everything on the table. Like I won't know until I see it.
I just hate the idea of like not having Blackwood have a good taste in his mouth after playing Dallas and then have the chance of playing him in the postseason. Like I need to see him have a little bit of success against them, and he hasn't this year.
No,
he struggled against Dallas.
You're right. But was this just a ramp up for the Stars game, or was it a ramp up for the playoffs as a whole?
See, I'm not worried about him in the first round. Like,
what if the Stars light him up again? Then is it pass fail because it was about that game, or will they still say, "Hey, we still believe in you, Mackenzie, because we're starting you more in the past few weeks, and yeah, you struggled in Dallas again, but damn it, we still believe in you. You're our guy."
Yeah, and like they go into round 1 and they sweep LA, and he lets in like 4 goals in 4 games total.
Sure.
Like how are you gonna go? Oh, like you're not our starter against Dallas now. Yeah, it's a weird situation. It's the reason why I think ham and egg A and B 1 and 2 is the right way to go.
As every day passes, I like it more.
I know,
really
man.
Do.
Okay, Spring, an update. Rather, it's not really an update. From Ball Arena. In Coach Bednar's post-game availability, he said that Cale will be reevaluated tomorrow. They don't really know anything right now. It's an upper body injury, but we have no clue. They're going to do imaging likely in the morning. So, cross your fingers.
He's had, and at this point, he's had it feels like not like an extensive history by any means, but whenever he's out, he'll miss a handful of games every now and then. It's been that upper body, like hits up high on him, like in that chest,
like shoulders,
shoulder area, collarbone area. Yeah, I mean, look, we're having a good funnel show, and you're certainly hoping that because they were up so much, and that it was the third period, that they just decided precaution, even if it's just a little bump, you're out. Because this game's already over and you're one of our 2 best players. You hope it's that. But, dude, there's a world where we wake up tomorrow to awful news, But we have no idea at this point. We have absolutely no idea.
If it is a situation in which, like, he's going to miss a couple of games, I think he needs to miss the rest of the regular season. Cale's not going to win the Norris this year. Like, I know he had 3 assists tonight. I think it's Werenski's. I really think it's Zach Werenski's year because I think the voters are going to look at the great season that Werenski had this year and last year, and they're going to look at Cale, who, again, had a really good season, like a great season, but it just felt a little off for him for some reason.
Yeah, a couple goals.
Yeah, certainly not 100-point year. Like, his 3 points will get him to what by the end of the night? They haven't updated on NHL.com. It'll get him all the way up to 75 points and 55 assists, which will tie him with, 2 points behind Werenski in total points for D-men. He'll get into the top 20 league-wide. It's just not one of those years where he just, like, completely blows everyone out of the water. So, like, if you're hoping to get him back into that conversation, he's not winning it this year. Shut him down.
Yeah,
if there's any concern over what's going on.
I don't care about the Norris. I don't. I mean, I want everyone to win the individual awards, but you got to be ready for that. This is what this is all about. It's all about the playoffs. Homopolis says you don't go to X-rays if it's precautionary. I mean, is that not just making sure nothing's broken, right? He obviously, if you feel something, you're just gonna get an X-ray, right?
Oh yeah, these dudes get scanned all the time when something goes wrong, and all the time. It's not like you or me that have to like set up an X-ray or an MRI. Like they can get it done like that. Like that's if he's going for scans, this is not like oh no, they really think he tore something. It's like
well, actually the X-rays are
sure.
the X-rays are instant, right?
Yeah.
Is that why our X-rays getting brought up because they were in the tweet or the comment from Bednar that he's getting X-rays? Either way. So he probably didn't break, or they know. Dude, they know if you tore your ACL, like, and I know it's a upper body, but like they know. That's what like Bo Nix's broken ankle. They knew after the game, right? Jared Bednar did not Sean Payton walk back to the podium to say, you know, I love you guys so much. And I just wanted to tell you that Cale broke his collarbone and he's going to be out for the season, a la Sean Payton and Bo Nix. We did not get that secondary press conference tonight. So if it's an upper body and it's not a broken bone, then it's some sort of like, I don't know, shoulder. Didn't use the word like impingement. Wasn't impingement. Maybe that was on Kreckman and Lindahl today. Someone had
that was on Kreckman and Lindahl today. Impingement.
Yeah, someone had an impingement. Maybe it's like a shoulder impingement.
I think that was in a Nuggets game last night. An impingement.
Yeah. One of the Nuggets players picked up a hip impingement.
It was like Spencer Jones or something like that.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
All right, Spring. I don't want to. The only thing that you and I have left to do here is like toss conjecture around about Cale's injury or maybe even lack thereof, and I don't know if I really want to do that, but DMAC did just step out of Bednar's post-game availability, so let's hear from the man himself. Here's DMAC.
All right, guys, nice win for the Avalanche tonight, 9-2, and in all honesty, after starting off 5-0, Jared Bednar says they earned it, meaning sloppy play later on. Naz Kadri, after the game, said he's got nothing but goodwill towards Calgary. He really has a great relationship with those guys, and but, you know, game's a game, and you want to beat the crap out of your friends, too. Bednar was a little bit bothered, and part of it may be the status of Cale Makar, which was decidedly up in the air, and he's being checked out for an upper body injury, and that means he's being checked out outside of the building. So let's all hold our breaths a little bit, and hopefully it's not that bad. The compliments, too, for Brett Burns were significant. He is 2 games away, 2 from 1,000 straight, which is insane, and Bednar says he doesn't know how he's doing it. Meanwhile, high praise for Wedgwood, who, according to Bednar, is playing as good as he's had all year, which makes the decision for the playoffs, fellas. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. Pretty interesting. 9-2, the final. Great night for the Avs. We're holding our breaths for Makar. Got Vancouver, who's a bottom feeder, coming in here on Wednesday. Stacking till they travel to Dallas on Saturday. Great night here at Ball Arena.
There you go. DMAC, who was in Bednar's post-game presser. He's getting looked at, and that's all we know.
Well, I'll tell you this. He ain't playing Wednesday. There's not a chance in hell Cale Makar's playing Wednesday night.
Don't need you, brother.
Nope, it's the Vancouver Canucks. You're good.
Yeah, who's that? It's the Nick Blankenberg show on Wednesday.
Yeah, but Blanky finally gets to play.
Step
properly.
In,
not as a 7th defenseman. This is why you traded for Nick Blankenberg. Now you need Cale Makar in the playoffs. I'll say this, man. Worst case scenario. Let me throw this at you. If Cale's out first round, but he's back in time for the second round, they can still get through without him. Like, I would say they could still get through without him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They can get through Los Angeles, Seattle, whoever, Nashville. They can get through those teams without Cale. They can't get through Dallas without him.
No.
They can't get through Minnesota without him.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually, if that is a thing where it's coincidentally an injury that requires the amount of time through a first round series, well, you have some cushion. You do have some, fallback area. You don't need Cale for the first round. Then again, We'll find out what the diagnosis is tomorrow. We should know tomorrow, but you actually can sit here today and say it doesn't even need to be. I could say for now I didn't even think about this. Because I've been saying everyone healthy for game 1 of the playoffs. As long as enough dudes who are competent enough to beat the Seattle Kraken are available for round 1. But of course, look, these guys are great. They get paid too. I want everybody as healthy as possible.
Of course.
You really do.
And I see Hemo in Twitch talking about how you like Barry Burns and Blankenship for like 10 minutes a night if Kale is injured for a few nights. No, you don't. You play Blankenberg for 18 minutes to give the other guys a little bit of rest each game in terms of their TOI, right? It's not about what you do. The rest of the regular season doesn't fucking matter. I'll say it one more time. It's over. It's over. The Avalanche are the President's Trophy winners. It's over. The regular season doesn't fucking matter anymore. It's over. Nick Blankenberg can play 28 minutes a night for all I care.
Yeah. Hey, that was well said. I can't top that. I can't follow that.
All right, Avs win 9-2. Spring and I will be back on Wednesday night. It's going to be a little bit delayed. I'll be on network at Ball Arena for the Avs and the Vancouver Canucks. And then on Saturday, we're going to do a special meshed version of Between the Pipes and In the Paint because the Nuggets play the Spurs at the exact same time on Saturday. So we're going to do a little dual version of me and Spring, and we're going to bring in Dan Tanner as well. So it'll be a whole party here on Saturday. But for Spring, I'm Raj. Thank you guys so much for listening Between the Pipes. This is Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Turn in tomorrow morning for Brett Kane at 6 a.m. It is our second to last Avs Ticket Tuesday tomorrow. So if you haven't won tickets with us, listen all day, every hour on the 20s, keywords, text those things in, and you could go see the Avs play a hockey game. We're only doing it for 2 more times in the regular season this year. Don't miss out on it. Avs win. See you Wednesday.